two-week holiday event continues.
I'm ready for him. Spin the wheel. One more. Who's it going to be? Tom, you know a lot of trivia.
Absolutely nothing.
That explains a lot.
What's your name, please?
My name is Archie Williams.
I'm Christina Ray.
My name is Terry Fader.
Competition like this brings out the best in people. And this was you at your very, very best.
Later, Jimmy Fallon welcomes Dolly Parton. NBC Tonight.
On our broadcast tonight, a Northwoods janitor on trial for the second time. We'll hear the verdict from the jury. Plus, it's snowmobile season. We'll tell you which counties are opening up their trails. And the final rehearsal before the Rose Parade in Pasadena. Your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan and Conrad Sapinski.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 10. I'm Dan Hagan. Stavros Iliopoulos was found guilty of child sex crimes in 2019, but the former Northwoods janitor had that ruling thrown out because of ineffective support from his attorneys. This week was his second trial, but the verdict is the same. A jury found Iliopoulos guilty on all three charges. Closing arguments and final testimonies wrapped up this morning. The defense argued that because Iliopoulos was the janitor, his DNA was everywhere, and it easily could have rubbed off on the victim. Throughout the trial, Iliopoulos was referred to as Steve because that's what he was called at school.
What is Steve's job? Steve's job is the custodian of the school district. I mean, Steve is literally all over that school.
That argument was based on DNA testimony from yesterday. During closing arguments, the state argued that security footage tied Iliopoulos to the allegations.
Straight into the bathroom to do her business and go back to class. What does he do? When you look at the camera, he's walking down the long hallway. In just seconds after he goes out of the screen, he turns around and comes back. Nothing in his hands on the way down, nothing in his hands on the way back.
The jury found Iliopoulos guilty on all three counts. Sentencing will be at 2 p.m. on February 10th. Well, Conrad, it seems like that snowstorm might be here.
Yes, it has finally arrived. It was knocking on the door for a minute, but now it has arrived. And taking a look outside right now, we do have some snow showers in the region, really starting to pick up in intensity at the moment, and heavier snow will be continuing to move in overnight and then into the morning hours tomorrow, and then some scattered snow showers throughout the day on Thursday into Friday and into first half of the day on Saturday. But take a look at the snow, those darker shades of blue. Those are some heavier batches of snow. Right now it's still at that border of Minnesota and Wisconsin, but as it comes closer, it's going to continue to intensify. Visibilities are low now. We're hovering at around a mile visibility here in town, 1 to 2.5 all across the Northwoods. So that's how you know that snow has arrived. We do have some winter storm warnings in the area until the morning hours on Saturday. It's also cold, so it's not only going to be windy, snowy, but it's also very chilly, and those feels-like temperatures will be cold. Tonight, though, we'll have increasing temperatures hovering around 5 degrees. Dan?
Nearly 1 year ago, Russia invaded Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had not left his country since the war started until today, when he was in Washington, D.C. Zelensky made a primetime address before a joint session of Congress. He gave a gift of the Ukrainian flag, thanking the U.S. for its ongoing support.
Against all odds and doom and gloom scenarios, Ukraine didn't fall. Ukraine is alive and kicking.
The speech was on the heels of an historic White House visit where President Joe Biden committed an additional $1.8 billion in security assistance, including a new Patriot missile defense system.
Russia is using winter as a weapon, freezing people, starving people, cutting them off from one another.
President Biden pledged to aid Ukraine as long as it takes today. Many are worried right now Russia is planning for a new major offensive soon. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers is promising to veto any flat income tax plan passed by the state legislature. He supports a proposal to reduce taxes for the middle class by 10%. Evers came out against an idea that would tap part of the state's projected $6.6 billion budget surplus to move toward a flat income tax rate. Doing that would eliminate the state's highest tax bracket of 7.65% paid by individuals earning more than $280,000 a year. Under Evers' plan, taxes would be cut by 10% for individuals earning less than $100,000 and families earning less than $150,000. This morning, it was announced Oneida County snowmobile trails will open on Friday. This evening, Vilas County joined in. Oneida and Vilas County trails will open at 8 a.m. on Friday. All lake and river trails are considered unsafe unless clearly marked by a local snowmobile club. With the anticipated winter storm, including high winds and blowing snow going into the Christmas holiday, the clubs encourage extreme caution while driving. Downed trees and low-hanging branches may be encountered. A house caught fire in Sugar Camp today. At around 2 o'clock, authorities were called to a house fire that started off of County Road A. Firefighters were on the scene minutes later, where the fire started to grow and make its way to the roof before they were able to contain it. Responders at the scene said the fire started in the basement of the home. Three Lakes, Sugar Camp, and Pine Lake fire departments all responded. The Lincoln County Board has approved declaring the county a Second Amendment sanctuary. This comes as a growing number of cities and counties have made these declarations, including Merrill and Langlade County. According to the resolution, the board declares intent to oppose unconstitutional restrictions on the right to keep and bear arms. That passed 15-4. It's now just 12 days away from the Rose Parade, where members of the Northwoods Marching Band will fill the streets of Pasadena, California. Today, the kids had one last rehearsal to work out the finishing touches. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver has more.
Can you smell the roses? Well, these kids can.
You're not marching just for your school. You're marching for all of our communities combined. They're all here and they're all rooting for those kids.
Members of the Northwoods Marching Band are preparing to shine in the national spotlight.
Your football team has 11 players in the field that everyone has to do their job. We have 394 kids that have to do their job perfectly to do this right.
It's a vision that's now 4 years in the making.
Watching them grow and experience something different that they haven't experienced before, and to come here and go, oh, I can be better. Oh, I didn't realize I could push myself that hard.
Today was their last rehearsal before they packed their instruments for the Golden State.
It's not like, all right, I'm going to go 80%. No, it's a full go. If it's up, it's up. And we've worked on that in our classrooms, and that's today, it was like, that's where it paid off. Because they get one chance. And so all of that extra time has come for that one chance, 5.5 mile chance, but that one chance to make that happen.
While they long for the time in the sun, they're making the most in the Merrill Fieldhouse for now.
And here, like, it's shrunk. And so when you get out there, it's going to look that much bigger because we're going to be spread out all the way across. So the kids modified today, and they modified really well.
All to make their fellow Wisconsinites proud.
The families, the communities, to be able to come together and say, hey, those are our kids. All out there marching together, all together, we're bringing in the new year for the United States, and so can't wait.
In Merrill, Matt Weaver, Newswatch 12.
Dates vary, but the semi is being packed up as we speak. The entire team of directors and band members will fly out on December 28th. Good luck to them. A holiday staple in Minocqua is returning after a few years off. Coming up, we'll learn about the community effort to snow me Cromer. That's After Weather with Conrad right here on Newswatch 12.
At Chevy, the holidays mean going places and doing things you love to do with friends and family. Visit your local Chevy dealer, and when you find your red tag, you find your deal. Then make the most of your time with the people who matter most. Find new moments, find new roads. Find your red tag and get $1,500 total cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $2,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Find can't miss events in the Northwoods on the event page at WJFW.com. Join Nate Myhawk Thursdays on Up North at 4 as he takes a look ahead at events happening this week in the Northwoods. Sponsored by Merrill Steel. For the most up-to-the-minute info on your school closings, visit WJFW.com on your computer, your tablet, or your phone. WJFW School Closings, sponsored by Builder Service Incorporated, Menke Buick GMC Mazda, and People's State Bank.
recliner wrecked my back. That's why we're going to Tomahawk Furniture and Gun. Mattress season? That would help my back. With mattresses as low as $139. Come on in, because everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun. Surprise!
It's a new Buick.
You got me a new Buick?
Oh, and there are more gifts inside.
You got me the head-up display.
Wow! It's a massaging seat.
Okay, what next?
Alexa, turn on holiday lights.
This year, give the gift of technology in every Buick SUV.
It's the holidays. Get 3.99% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on these Buick SUV models. Visit your North Central Wisconsin Buick dealer.
Sometimes life can give you some challenges.
Our team at Burns Insurance can help you through it all.
Remember to take time and enjoy the little things in life.
Happy holidays.
And welcome back. The snowstorm has finally arrived. Visibilities are down to 1 to 2 miles all across the area. That's how you know that snow is falling. But just to the east, not yet, not quite yet. Green Bay still at a 9-mile visibility, but very, very shortly, everybody will be in on some snow. And a good amount of it as it continues to develop and it really starts to pick up in intensity overnight tonight and then into the morning hours tomorrow. Then continuing throughout the day on Thursday, there will be some breaks in the snowfall throughout the day on Thursday. But overall, it's going to be coming down, on and off snow showers. On and off flurries and lighter snow showers will be continuing on Friday and then into the first half of the day on Saturday. This storm is just starting to form right now as the snow really starts to develop at the moment. Still lingering in Iowa and same thing in Minnesota as they're going to get a couple of inches of snow and a lot more will be piling up here. But look at all these watches and warnings across the country. I have never seen pretty much the whole United States filled with watches and warnings. Most of these down south are because of the cold. Lots of cold air will be moving in. Denver, Colorado had a 37-degree drop in temperatures in 1 hour at the airport today. This happened just a couple of hours ago. That is a record-breaking amount for temperatures really cooling off. That's how you know how sharp this cold air is, even down south. Now let's talk about snow. We're going to get a good amount of snow here in the area. We have winter storm warnings here in town. That's going to be lingering until the morning hours on Saturday. Even some blizzard warnings down south closer to Minnesota and same thing in Michigan as winds will be howling. Not only there, pretty much all across America with all this cold air. It's going to feel extra, extra cold with the snow. Light, fluffy snow. It's going to be blowing around, reducing visibility not only Thursday, Friday, and then into Saturday as well. Tonight, though, that snow's really going to pick up in intensity the next couple of hours. Next several hours, it's going to continue to be a steady snowfall. Then by the morning hours, it's going to be more of an on and off type of snow event, continuing throughout the day on Thursday. Lingering snow showers into Friday, especially in the UP, where they're going to get a lot of snow. That lake effect snow machine will be in full effect. Some places will get over 2 feet of snow. Here in town, though, we're thinking an additional maybe 4 or 5 inches of snowfall. Total of around 6. 4 to 8 will be possible. 2 to 4 closer to Minnesota, as not a lot of it will still be falling. What to expect? All right, this is no joke, folks. Maybe it is 6 inches of snow. It's not 2 feet, but still, it is very cold, and it's going to be very windy outside. That means these wind gusts will be close to 25 degrees below zero. That means 10 to 20 minutes outside of exposed skin. That means frostbite, so take extra precautions. Light, fluffy snow, gusty winds, that's going to blow everything around, reducing visibility. Poor road conditions, definitely going to be treacherous outside the next couple of days. We're looking at around 6 inches of snow total, and there will be some power outages with all that wind blowing around. Not really a wind event right now, but starting tomorrow afternoon, especially into Friday and then into Saturday, it is really going to be windy. Look at all these purple colors showing winds at around 30 to 40 miles per hour all across the area. Temperatures are also cold, very cold. We have temperatures at around 20 degrees below zero in some spots. Here, not so much yet. The wind chill is going to be reaching around that. But look at these high temperatures on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, only in the single digits. It's going to be very, very cold outside, so get ready for that, because it's going to be a cold Christmas this year. Our 7-day outlook, brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, does show a lot of sunshine on Christmas Day, but look at those temperatures, only in the single digits. Dan?
Drivers in the Midwest are trying to stay in front of that storm. Light flakes began to fall this morning in Minnesota, and that caused things to get slick around the Twin Cities as it mixed with sub-zero temperatures.
I had ice built up on my wipers, so it's taken a couple of times to clear them off and scrape them.
There were some good spots, but a little sketchy, some ice on the road in certain areas, but now it's just getting white out.
This afternoon and evening, the snow began to really come down in most parts of the state. Nicolay College is launching its Winter 2023 Outdoor Adventure Program. More than 24 classes are offered, including cross-country skiing, fat biking, snowshoeing, and permaculture. There are also hunting and fishing classes, including turkey hunting, ice fishing, and a 2-day muskie seminar. For more information on classes, go to nicolaycollege.edu/outdooradventure or call the number on your screen. Stocks surged today as investors cheered healthy results from two of America's leading companies. The Dow finished with a gain of more than 525 points after FedEx and Dow component Nike each reported earnings that topped analysts' forecasts. FedEx rose 3% and Nike soared nearly 13%. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ each gained 1.5%. Stocks are still down for the month of December despite today's rally. The decades-old tradition of building Snow-Me Cromer, a 2-story tall snowman, returned today. It's a wintertime staple in Minocqua to bring a little extra cheer to travelers on Highway 51 and beyond. Newswatch 12's Kyle Pazorski visited the site of the snowman's construction and has this report.
We are really excited to be able to put Snow-Me Cromer back up.
It's been 3 years since Snow-Me Cromer graced the front lawn of the Let's Minocqua Visitor Center.
From year to year, we're never really sure what's going to work out.
Chamber Executive Director Crystal Westfall says the familiar smiling snowman has traveled far outside of the Lakeland area.
Phone calls from Singapore and New Zealand that they'd seen him on TV.
As you can guess, it takes quite a bit of work to build the 30 to 40 foot tall snowman.
We got to haul snow in, clean snow from the town of Minocqua. We got this stuff from the post office. The fire department comes in after we do it, and they hose it down with some water, get it nice and firm so it doesn't melt right away.
The purpose of it all? Well, they say the legendary snowman brings a warm spot to anyone who sees him.
This snowman, he touches the hearts of people around the world.
You know, it's just something we can donate our time to. People drive by and they smile. It makes it all worth it in the end.
Reporting in Minocqua, Kyle Pazorski, Newswatch 12.
They hope to complete the snowman by sometime next week. Over at the Rhinelander Ice Arena tonight, the Hodags are hoping to bounce back against Marshfield. Coming up on Newswatch 12, Saul Meyer will be here to tell us if they were able to get a win.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up. This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer. Now choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select Ford vehicles, lock in your rate, and you're protected. I'm proud of you, kid. And that's how Ford is helping you shine bright. This season, choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% APR financing for 66 months.
Hi, I'm Brian from Creative Granite. When I need the forecast from Minocqua, I go to WJFW.com for my hometown forecast.
Your hometown weather, available 24/7 at WJFW.com.
Hi, I'm Jessica Whitewing Clark from Ho Chunk Gaming Wittenberg. When I want the forecast for Wittenberg, I go to WJFW.com and check my hometown weather.
Your hometown weather, available 24/7 at WJFW.com.
Find everything you need to get your projects done at Menards. Skill delivers power and performance with the PowerCore 20 cordless power tool system. It delivers the convenience and portability of cordless tool operation while providing advanced power and torque for the bigger jobs. Every Skill PowerCore 20 battery is interchangeable with all Skill 20-volt power tools. Save big on our in-stock selection of Skill 20-volt power tools. Plus, give the perfect gift with a Menards gift card.
Hodag Express Lube wishes you and your loved ones a very happy holiday season and a prosperous new year.
The Merrill Area Chamber of Commerce sends you best wishes for a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Crossroads County Market sends you best wishes for a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.
Coming up on your Thursday, we have all your local news, weather, and sports.
And snow moving in along with some wind. The accumulating snow may not be the big deal. It's the gusty winds reducing visibility. More when you tune in on your Thursday from 5 to 7 a.m.
The Rhinelander boys hockey team was supposed to be in action against Marshfield tomorrow, but thanks to the weather, Christmas and the game came early this year. The Hodags are looking to bounce back from their first loss of the season and get back in the win column. Let's see if they can do it. Now, we all know the Hodag was ready, so let's see if the players were too. Well, one player that was for sure ready was Hodag goalie Tyler Kimmerling. Here in the second period, he blocks this shot and dives onto the puck for the save, laying his whole body out on the line. Later that period, here he is again deflecting shots. This kid is a brick wall. The Hodags defense was great all night, but let's talk about that offense. An absolute laser here from Leo Loesch, almost goes 5-hole, but goalie Cole Halverson from Marshfield's able to block it. Now, I know this is hockey, but we got a basketball play right here. The ISO from Lane Rozier. He calls his own number and threads the needle for the Hodag goal, and they end up winning this one big time. 4-1, and just like that, Rhinelander's back in the win column. The Green Bay Packers have a winning streak again after their 24-12 victory over the LA Rams on Monday. Their longest winning streak of the season is 3 games, and if they want to match that, they've got to take down the 5th-ranked offense in the NFL, the Dolphins, in Miami. The Dolphins have been red hot this season, especially on the offensive side. Wide receivers Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle both rank in the top 10 in receiving yards this season. Conversely, though, the Packers' passing defense is currently ranked 20th in the NFL in total yards allowed. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur says that it's going to be a challenge to stop that offense, especially with the shot at the playoffs on the line.
It's going to be a great challenge for us, just in terms of being able to limit those explosive plays and really slow down the offense, because you can see they can score in a hurry.
One other thing Coach LaFleur says his team needs to watch out for is the amount of explosive and scoring plays that the Dolphins can bust out at any moment.
Whether it's on a quick pass, whether it's on a play pass, whether it's on a run, whether it's on somebody fumbling the ball and, you know, the ball squirting out of the pile and him picking it up and taking it to the house. They can score a lot of different ways.
The Packers and Dolphins will square off on Christmas Day this Sunday at noon. The Milwaukee Bucks are back on top in the Eastern Conference following their 9-point win over the New Orleans Pelicans on Monday. However, if they want to stay on top, they've got to take out one of the tougher teams in the East, the Cleveland Cavaliers in Cleveland. And the Cavs are no slouch either. With Donovan Mitchell on their team, they are currently 3rd in the East for this season. Here in the second, Giannis makes his free throw, but check out this blast from the pass. Kevin Love takes the inbounds and throws a full-court pass to Cedi Osman, who gets the dunk quickly. What year is this that Kevin Love is still pulling out passes like that? Fast forward to the third quarter, Donovan Mitchell gets the ball and passes it down to Jarrett Allen, who finishes the poster dunk. Cleveland's up big now. Now, the Bucks came back, but it was too little, too late. Here in the fourth quarter, Darius Garland takes the ISO, then hits a fadeaway jumper to seal the deal, and the Cavs win it 114-106. Now, even though they lost, the Bucks are still in first place in the East because the Celtics also lost today. We'll be right back after the break.
The best way to start your day is with a cup of coffee from Eagle River Roasters. Newswatch 12 Today wants to get that coffee to you through the Mugshot Monday contest. Enter online and watch Monday mornings to see if you're the lucky winner.
Get your Newswatch 12 Trail Report every week on Newswatch 12 at 10, Thursday and Friday nights. And Newswatch 12 Today, Friday mornings. The Newswatch 12 Trail Report is brought to you by these Northern Wisconsin and UP Ski-Doo dealers.
Moments of life are special, and suffering from diabetes should not get in the way. US Med's mission is to find ways to make your diabetes more manageable and more comfortable. You deserve to enjoy life without the constant reminder of living with diabetes. If you monitor with 4 or more tests per day, inject insulin 3 or more times per day, or use an insulin pump, you may qualify to receive a continuous glucose monitor, the latest in diabetes technology. A continuous glucose monitor provides blood sugar readings without uncomfortable finger sticks and alerts you real time to potentially harmful spikes in your blood sugar levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurance companies. If you're a caretaker for someone who suffers from diabetes or have diabetes yourself and meet these conditions, please call our diabetic specialist now to see if you qualify for your continuous glucose monitor.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day, injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetic Health Hotline today and learn about the latest CGM technology. Not only can a CGM immediately reduce pain, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. We'll also provide free shipping of your new CGM, and we'll bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day and injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call now and learn how to receive your new continuous glucose monitor at little or no out-of-pocket cost.
Post offices will be closed on December 26th and January 2nd in observation of Christmas and New Year's. There will be no residential or business deliveries on those days except for Priority Mail Express, which is delivered 365 days a year in select locations for an additional fee. Customers should check in with their local post office for hours of operation this holiday season. Wisconsin's Department of Transportation is asking people to stay off the roads this Friday. They're predicting the roads won't be passable. But what happens if you can't stay home? Andrew Banster reports.
Don't underestimate this storm. The conditions are such and the temperatures are such that things like salt are going to be, in many cases, ineffective. It's just too cold, and the wind would blow the salt off the roadway anyway.
But if you absolutely have to travel,
be aware of changing conditions. Expect that you could find yourself in whiteout conditions where your visibility is severely limited.
If you're in that position, slow down or pull over. This storm is going to take the term winter wonderland to a whole new level. But how bad does it have to get for the highways to close?
Wisconsin doesn't proactively close highway, right? The weather closes the highway.
Logistically, keeping roads clear from Beloit all the way to the Northwoods is quite the task. But they've got this one down pat.
Each county is responsible for state-owned highway in their counties to make sure they keep that clear.
The DOT and the State Patrol say they'll have plenty of staffing, but you can do your own research too. Their Wisconsin 511 app now gives you access to more than 500 highway traffic cameras around the state.
If a traveler is going from, let's say, Madison to Wausau, you're able to view the winter road conditions in 511. You're also able to look at cameras along the route to see what the conditions are at that time.
The moral of the story is you can play in the snow. You can even hide in the snow like me right over here. But just don't drive in it.
holidays are for making memories. And you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CRV, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot. Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Bruce Orthodontics wishes you warmest thoughts and best wishes for a wonderful holiday and a very happy new year.
Builder Service Incorporated wishes you the warmest thoughts and best wishes for a Merry Christmas and a very happy new year.
Happy holidays from Ripco Credit Union. Happy holidays from Ripco.
Today it seems everyone can be their own service technician thanks to the internet. From servicing their own cars and engines to home remodels and projects, people are trying a little of everything. Here at Maher Water Corporation, we employ nationally certified and factory-trained technicians to keep your water treatment systems working to their full lives. We will treat you like our own family.
So if you want us to service your equipment, give us a call. But if you're the fix-it-yourself kind of person, we'll enjoy your funny video clips.
Buffy's Northwoods Kitchen with Buffy Jackson, a cooking show from where you live. Buffy's Northwoods Kitchen every other Wednesday live on Up North at 4. Brought to you by Bassett Jewelers and Engraving Minocqua and Eagle River Cabinets, Rhinelander and Eagle River.
Merry Christmas from Trinity Lutheran Church and School and Child Care Center here in Merrill, Wisconsin, and a very happy new year. Happy birthday, Jesus!
Saul, this is not Texas anymore, and you really shouldn't have spoken during the commercial break because we just learned that you don't own an ice scraper.
I didn't think you needed one. Well, now here we are. I do need
Wisconsin,
one.
you didn't think you'd need an ice scraper.
I knew I shouldn't have said anything.
Conrad, talk some sense into this.
Yeah, what a welcome home present, Saul. See, now you know. It's all a learning lesson. Hey, you know, so hopefully you buy one tomorrow. You'll need it,
I'm buying one tomorrow.
You will need one for tomorrow. Taking a look outside, folks. Hopefully you guys have some snow scrapers in your car because you will need some as well, as more snow is in the area right now. And that's going to continue to pick up in intensity overnight, especially after midnight tonight, lasting through the morning hours tomorrow, then lingering throughout the day on Thursday into Friday with some lighter snow showers, some flurries on Friday. Most of the accumulation is going to be tonight into tomorrow. Winter storm warnings have been posted until the morning hours on Saturday. It's also going to get windy and very cold. Feels like temperatures will be at around 25 degrees below zero the next several days. So get ready for that.
There are scrapers with the brushes on the sides, too, so I would invest in one of those, okay? Thanks for joining us on Newswatch.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer. Now choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select Ford vehicles, lock in your rate, and you're protected.
I'm proud of you, kid.
And that's how Ford is helping you shine bright. This season, get into a 2022 Explorer SUV with 2.9% financing for 60 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away.
Alan Jackson has become a part of America's musical landscape and a country music icon over his 25-year music career.
Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee.
Now he delivers a powerful performance featuring songs from his very personal release entitled Precious Memories.
I love to tell the story. 'Twill be my fame and glory. Are you ours in the blood?
Filmed live at the historic Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee, this unique DVD captures powerful gospel performances and intimate interviews with Alan, his mother, and his wife as he reflects on his musical journey.
This is my story. This is my song.
If you call now to order this inspirational video, you'll also receive, as a very special bonus, a 2-CD collection featuring 28 classic gospel favorites.
Love lifted me. Love